This PowerPoint is about Envision, assistive technologies for the classroom. During this presentation, we hope you meet the following learning outcomes. To be able to explain what Envision is, discuss the strengths of Envision in the classroom, recognize the teaching implications of using Envision, outline the cyber safety and cyber ethic issues that may arise from using such technology in a primary classroom, develop skills to be able to confidently use the Envision application on an iPad or any other device.
Envision is an app that allows a user to read short pieces of text that could be street signs, prices on grocery items, and labels. Reads documents that are typed. Combining artificial intelligence and assisted technology, you can recognize faces in a full room full of people. Describes a room and the furnishings, such as TV, desks, tables. Detects colors on items. Scans barcodes. Envision app can see what you can't and speaks out the visual words for the blind and low vision impaired. Envision is constructed to enable people with a visual impairment to be more independent in everyday life, allowing them to travel and do ordinary things like grocery shopping or going to a cafe, without the assistance of someone else having to read environmental text.
The strengths of using Envision are as follows. It allows students with vision impairments to have text read to them, allowing for more in-depth comprehension of content being taught, as well as assisting students with learning difficulties who may be struggling with decoding of text and allowing them the same opportunities as other students in the classroom. The use of this technology also increases students' productivity and motivation to learn by taking the stress off them, allowing them to focus more on the content being taught and assist in guiding them through the work rather than getting lost and not being able to keep up with what is being taught. Envision also allows a multisensory approach to learning, meaning that it can support many disabilities that are present in the classrooms and encourages the participation of all students in educational activities. This then links to the next point, which ensures all students are given the same opportunity to participate in activities in the classroom and creates an inclusive and supportive learning environment.
The standards apply to educators, providers, including principals and teachers. Principals and schools can meet their obligations under the standards by giving consideration to reasonable adjustments to ensure that students with disabilities are provided with opportunities to participate in education and training on the same basis as students without disability. Before any adjustments are made, consultation takes place between the school, student, and parents or caregivers. It is important to consider that students with disabilities requiring adjustments to one aspect of their learning may not require the same adjustment to any other. To comply with standards, consultations include the student, the parents, as part of the process to personalized learning. Not every student with a disability will require these adjustments.
Envision is a great application that can really support a lot of students in the classroom. However, it does come with its teaching implications. Firstly, due to it being an added technology in the classroom, teachers, parents, and students are required to learn how to effectively use the new technology. They may not always be willing to do this, which in turn will result in an ineffective use of the application, or no use at all. Therefore, students will end up missing out. As all technologies do, this application can have technical issues. In particular, its text-to-speech recognition. This can cause some confusion for students in the classroom, especially if they were already struggling with low vision or text comprehension. However, due to the nature of AA applications, the more it gets used, the better success the students will have with it, and the less errors they will incur. Also, the application is not free and does have a cost of $260 for a lifetime use. This could be an implication for schools and families that are located in lower socio-economical areas, as it may not be seen as a necessity for the child's learning. They therefore are missing out. It's also not funded by the NDIS. You also have to be 13 years or older for privacy reasons, which can be a cyber safety issue. This can be overcome by parents owning the account or the school owning the account with the parental permission. This will be further discussed in later slides.
Below are Queensland Department of Education guidelines an example, particular ICT in school. It outlines what low, medium, and high risk means. To have an account with Envision, you must be 13 years of age and above. To get around this, schools can actually be the account holder, but a parent must sign off to the school with knowing what Envision is and how it will be used in the student's education.
As stated on their website, Envision does not knowingly collect or solicit any information from anyone under the age of 13. However, if this information is collected and it is of personal nature from a child under the age of 13, and they do not have parental consent, Envision will delete the information as quickly as possible from their database.
Students will need to be monitored by an adult to maintain cyber safety. They will need rules of how they can take photos or what they can use the app for, because any pictures that have been taken of others in a room can go directly back to Envision's database. Students will need to have their parents sign off on a consent form, and teachers will need to continually monitor what the student and how they use the app for.
Ways you can learn more in Envision. When you first download the app, you can request a call to speak to someone from the company who can answer any questions you may have about Envision. The website also has extensive tutorials and information about Envision. Also, by downloading the app and following the in-app tutorials, it can take you through a step-by-step process on how to use all of the different sections of the application. Here we have included a short summary of all the topics that have been covered today. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you learned a little bit more about Envision and will be able to implement it effectively into your classrooms in the future.